Hello, hi. Today I'm going to tell you about some awesome stuff that happened during my lifetime. So this is kind of like a draw my life, but not really. Okay, so here we go. Here's some pretty cool things to know on a scale from 1 to 4. 4 being the lowest rank and 1 the highest. The first one would be cloning pigs. 5 pigs were cloned in 2000 by Scottish scientists. They thought of this as a possibility to clone pig organs and greatly reducing our loss of organs in the world, since pig organs are compatible to humans in size and makeup. Coming in second would be the USB flash drive. Flash drives help us save and transport data from computer to computer without us worrying about losing everything. Now they come in many different shapes, colors, and sizes. Number 3 is the complete genetic coding for the lung and skin cancer. Scientists say spending too much time under the sun can lead to most of the 3,000 mutations contained within the DNA code for skin cancer. There's more than 23,000 errors in the lung cancer DNA code, most of them caused by cigarette smoke exposure. The new cancer codes could lead to better blood tests for finding out what cancers people could have and what medicines they should take. Blood tests could even reveal the DNA patterns that warn you cancer is on the way. Number 4 on our scale is the exoplanets discovered this year. They're in their own system called the Kepler-62 system. There's 5 planets in it, but only 3 are possibly capable of holding life. Kepler-62f, Kepler-62e, and Kepler-62c. Why don't we move to these planets? They're about 1,200 light years away. But let's go further into detail with the flash drive and the first cloned pig. So the flash drive was brought into thought in 1998 by Dov Morin because he was having computer problems during a presentation one day. Every businessman's worst nightmare. It wasn't actually made until 1999, and it wasn't put onto the market until 2000. Pretty much all of us have flash drives. They're a pretty big deal in this society. People can store, save, and transport data from one thing to another without worrying that our things could be lost forever. Before, a 129 megabyte flash drive would cost about $30. Now you can go to Walmart and buy a 16 gigabyte flash drive for only $10. The first flash drive only held about 8 to 128 megabytes. Now flash drives can reach up to 256 gigabytes. Probably the first memory saving system was this huge thing created in 1961 that only cost $50,000. It only stored about 5 megabytes worth of data, and it wasn't portable. Some other things that supported or led up to the invention of the flash drive was floppy disks discovered by Alan Shugart in the 70s, which could only hold 1.5 megabytes at the most, and flash memory discovered by Dr. Fujio Masuoka in 1984. In 2005, flash drives were being sold worldwide. In 2006, the company Lexar made a custom flash drive that basically lets you get any certain application and run it from the flash drive instead of computers to save space. As of March 2011, the biggest flash drive created was 256 gigabytes in Europe. Without flash drives, the world would be completely different. People would lose important documents more easily. Our computers would eventually be slower too. Computers' hard drives, which are like its brains, would get full and cause them to slow down. We all know how annoying that gets. So here's a table to help you understand all this amazing information. 1 terabyte equals 1,000 gigabytes. 1 gigabyte equals 1,000 megabytes. 1 megabyte equals 1,000 kilobytes, and 1 kilobyte equals 1,000 bytes. 1 byte is equal to about 1 letter. Nowadays, companies are trying to get flash drives even tinier and make them able to hold up to terabytes of information. So let's say I have the What Makes You Beautiful song. In estimates, it's about 3 minutes and 30 seconds long. That equals to about 4.5 megabytes of data. If I had a regular 4 gigabyte flash drive, I would be able to fit the What Makes You Beautiful song in my flash drive about 888 times and still have a bit of space left over. Cool, huh? Or let's say I have a picture of my cat taken with your everyday camera. It's about 2 megabytes. Once again, if I had a 4 gigabyte flash drive, I could fit the picture in my flash drive about 2,000 times. Next, let's move on to cloning pigs. I know that sounds weird. Cloning? I mean, I thought that only happened in like the Godsend and stuff like that. The first encounter of cloning occurred in the 1800s. It didn't happen how we would imagine, with chemicals and lasers and evil scientists. It actually happened with shaking a beaker of water. In 1894, Hans Drake, wanted to prove to everyone that genetic material couldn't be lost in cell division. So he took a 2-celled sea urchin, put in a beaker of seawater, and shook it until they separated. They later grew on to be 2 full-grown organisms. So he wasn't even attempting to clone anything. Then in 1902, Hans Spemann used the hair from his baby son as a knife to separate 2-celled embryo from a salamander, which grew and later formed a 16-celled embryo, all of which developed into adult salamanders. In 1979, a sheep was cloned by embryo splitting. Over the years, more and more people from around the world started cloning animals, too many to list, either by embryo splitting or nuclear transfer. Finally, all this led up to March 5th, 2000. The scientists from a company called PPL Therapeutics from Scotland that also helped clone the first living thing, Dolly, a sheep, cloned 5 pigs. Their names were Millie, Krista, Alexis, Carol, and .com. it was now thinking to be possible to have animal-to-human organ transplants. Scientists believe genetically engineered pigs, which can be bred quickly and their organs were about the same size as humans, could help clone organs for needing patients. This could reduce world deaths and possibly disease that can be transferred. These pigs were cloned by PPL staff in Blacksburg, Virginia, supported some by the U.S. government's National Institute of Standards and Technology. The 5 piglets were cloned from adult cells using nuclear transfer, the same technique used to create Dolly. The PPL scientists hope to go just one step further by basically killing a gene that produces a sugar that pig organs have that scientists think human organs would reject. One of the biggest problems is that humans would reject pig organs, because honestly, who wants a pig kidney in them? Immunosuppressive drugs have made the success rate of human organs transplant more accurate, though. So that's pretty much it. I hope you understood everything I was talking about. If you didn't, sorry. Ask me about it after class.